As soon as the story begins, we are informed in detail that the polar ice is beginning to melt as a direct consequence of global warming. As a consequence of these changes, the sea level began to rise rapidly, which would ultimately submerge major cities across the globe and severely deplete all available food and drink supplies. And subsequently famine spread and humans began to yearn for every grain. However, there is still one country left that has ample food and drink supplies. In that same country lives our movie's main character Singh. Sati city has severed ties with all other countries over the past 10 years, so they don't have to share their food and other resources with any country. However, these people don't know that this is only the beginning of an impending threat. In this city, a disaster is about to occur that will send shivers down your spine, friends. The name of this film is Ziam. You might not have seen it yet, so stay tuned until the end of the video. It's going to be quite enjoyable. After this, the movie's main character Singh, who lives in this same city, is shown. Singh used to be a fairly good boxer, but now that chaos has spread worldwide, boxing is neither being held nor can he sustain its expenses. As a result, he engages in the business of transporting goods around. That is, he now works as a transporter. But this work is not easy because people are now desperate for every grain and looters try to steal his goods. But as you will realize, this was from his earlier boxing days. He used to manage everything well, handling all those things efficiently and delivering the goods on time, but man, the work was dangerous. Therefore, his wife Singhi Bibi Rin was always worried that something might happen to her husband. But the poor thing was unaware that now and in the future, what dangers are coming now, friends, amidst this chaos? How does this country still have food left? Let me explain. In this city, there lives a businessman named Basu. He has grown food products in his own company and the entire city consumes them. Both the whole city and the government are reliant on Basu. By the way, friends, Basu has all kinds of luxuries, but his wife has been sick for the past 2 years. Doctors have given up, saying there's no possible treatment for her. Meanwhile, Basu discovers that a certain special type of fish exists which, if consumed, holds the potential to cure his beloved wife. As a result, he purchases this unique fish and carefully brings it back to his home country. He had brought it himself and he also feeds this fish to his guests because he had already fed it to his wife initially. He wants this fish to the entire country, enabling him to earn more money and fame. But this is where the beginning of a dangerous end starts. Due to polar ice melting, a dangerous mutation, a virus, entered the fish's genes because when that fish was stressed by changes, after consuming it, no person remains alive. They turn into a living ferocious corpse, meaning zombies. Now Basu's guests and managers, this fish, they are writing and only then they begin to get agitated. No one understands what's happening. Everyone thinks this is a sign of doomsday. Carvin, unaware of all the discussions, finished his work and returned to Ring. He went to his wife and explained, "Look dear, don't engage in such dangerous work. I love you very much. I love you and if you die, what will happen to me?" But Singh promises her, "Darling, don't worry, nothing will happen to me." Now Rin is also going to her work because she was a doctor at one of the city's Lotte hospital. Rin of Lotte hospital was heading to the hospital with her friend. Min, accompanied by her son Bani, were on their way to the hospital. As per her daily routine, she arrives promptly each day and begins her work, especially today, as she was scheduled to perform a surgery. But then the director calls her and says, "Mr. Basu's wife has been admitted to our hospital and the fish that Mr. Basu mentioned has also arrived. We will try to use it to see if it can bring his wife back to consciousness or not." However, Ring refuses the director, saying that they haven't even tested that fish yet. Perhaps it wasn't meant for humans, but he didn't want to hear anything, and a debate was ongoing between the two. But the two were unaware that Basu's entire staff and his manager had been infected because they had consumed the fish, and they were all at this hospital. They had arrived, and among these guests, the first was a man who became a zombie. He first bit a nurse, and she also turned into a zombie. And now, having turned into a zombie, he was roaming throughout the entire hospital. Rin and the director also saw him, and this marks a great start to the film. Because now the entire hospital was destined to become a stronghold of these naked, ragged zombies. Whoever they were slashing was also transforming into zombies. And now in this hospital, the patient population decreases while the number of zombies begins to grow. These zombies start venturing outside the hospital to attack people, and those they attack also become zombies. But now the situation worsened even more. The government had already learned about this, and the army decided that they would neither allow anyone to enter the hospital nor to leave. And Singh also hears this news. He used to love his wife, but he became worried, so he heads towards the hospital. A large crowd had gathered here to see their relatives, but the army was not allowing anyone to enter. Just then, a man collapses down from the roof. Currently, when the army personnel go to check on him, they mistakenly think he might have died. However, he is still alive, and in a surprising turn of events, he bites an army officer. And that army officer also becomes a zombie, and seeing so many zombies in front of him, everyone standing outside becomes very scared. Here, chaos and panic escalate, and taking the opportunity, Singh goes inside the hospital. But inside the hospital, Singh is not alone. There's a whole army of zombies that are slowly killing the remaining people. Some people are being killed, some are turning into zombies, and the surviving people are trying to save themselves in an attempt to survive. And Singh is trying to find his wife, wondering where she is, but she is hiding in a room with the director. However, the director is very scared, so Singh goes to check around if there is a way to exit from here. Just then he hears from behind. As he turns back, he discovers that the director has also been transformed into a zombie because a zombie had previously bitten him. Now the zombified director intends to attack Singh. But before he can kill Singh, Singh pushes him and escapes from here. But when she comes outside now, she sees zombies spread all around. She couldn't understand where she was supposed to go, but then she heard Singh's voice because he had already arrived here and was going to the control room to inform Rin of his location. Reen was also pleased to hear this, thinking that finally her husband had come to save her, but all this was not going to be so easy for Singh either. Because almost everyone in this hospital had turned into zombies, and if any of these zombies get out, you can imagine what would happen to the city. The government was also taking this situation very seriously and decided that they would blow up this hospital. A 30-minute timer was set, after which all the zombies would also be wiped out, and the remaining people as well. Singh was unaware of all these matters. He was moving upward, continuously searching for his wife. Now, because Singh was a good boxer, he was able to fight off all these zombies effectively. While intensely fighting, he finally reached the very top of the structure where he encountered Bani, signifying that the son of his wife's friend Ming was about to be grievously attacked by a zombie, and Singh courageously saved him. Bani told Singh to kill the zombie on its head so it would die quickly. Singh did just that, and the child's words turned out to be absolutely correct. It died quickly. Following the initial event, Singh proceeded to inquire Bani regarding Rin, whom Bani was acquainted with as he was the son of his closest friend. And he also had to find his mother, so these two, meaning Bani and Singh, started moving upward, while on the other side we have Rin. Shows that she is trying to save her life by attempting to escape from here through all these conversations, and she was not performing this task very cautiously because who would come from this side? She didn't know. She saw on the camera that Mr. Vad Basu is still okay, so she thought she could stay safe with Mr. Basu at that place. So she goes to Mr. Basu, and Mr. Basu opened the door. Now she was safe with Mr. Basu, but she was crying a lot here because she didn't know what they would do to her. But Basu kindly explains to her not to worry, reassuring her that the government will definitely not let me die, because if they were to kill me, this entire country would also perish. And as Basu had said, it was happening just like that because orders had already come from above to take Basu's wife alive out of the hospital. And not wanting to, she was going inside the army hospital to save Basu and his wife. Upon hearing Basu's words, Rin felt a little relieved that maybe she would survive. And Basu tells Rin that he loves his wife very much despite having a deadly disease, and even after eating fish, it hasn't gotten better. Therefore, the patient requires an immediate blood transfusion. Could you please bring blood now? As Ree was a dedicated doctor committed to saving lives. So she decides to go outside and get blood. Therefore, she goes out to collect blood, and on the other side, Singh and Bani, they were fighting zombies in the hospital to save these two women. In this way, Ming meets them. Ming is very happy to see her son. She clearly tells Singh that Rin is situated on the upper floor, but she also kindly instructs him to take Bani with him to ensure their plans proceed without any issues. Although Bunny asks her mother, "Mom, please come with me," she finds that her mother has been attacked by a zombie, and Singh takes Bunny. They leave from here, and as they leave, Ming turns into a dangerous zombie. Now Singh and Bani had to reach Rin by any means, so they started going upstairs. Rin had also come to collect blood from the hidden location, but zombies saw her and now they want to kill her, but her fate remains uncertain. With her husband Singh present, who could touch Rin? Singh fights the zombie with all his might, and his wife is Rin again. They flee from this location accompanied by Bani, and now the army has urgently reached Baso. Although Baso was a good person, he informs the army that we are in need of doctors. He should also take them with him and was talking about them, and the army has to heed his words, so they start moving towards them. And over there, at a distance, Singh also saves these two people, and this Singh was desperately fleeing from this dangerous location, attempting to escape, and now as he moves forward, the army shot him. Because the army was clearly instructed to kill everyone, whether they are zombies or humans. Seeing her husband in such a condition, she starts crying, but the army pulls her away from here, and they were also taking Sadi Bani with them, but hearing the sound of so many bullets, the entire zombie army arrives. They arrive here. Singh realizes that he has to save both his wife and Bani, so he stands up without protecting himself, and now he faces both the army and zombies. In the meantime, many army soldiers are killed and many become zombies, but Singh was protecting his wife from all the people. In the midst, Rini sees that Basu's wife is conscious, although she should not have been conscious because she is turning into a zombie. Basu firmly says to them, "No, I will not leave here. I have chosen to stay with my wife. You all may go now." Prince slowly realizes that he truly loves his wife very much, and later his wife grabs him. And his companion, the entire zombie army, now comes towards Basu from the camp, and Basu's story ends. But Singh, who was still alive, he takes his entire family and races towards Chhat because there is an army helicopter at the station that can evacuate them from here. However, on the way, the entire zombie army surrounds these three. Therefore, Singh calls the entire zombie army to his side and signals his wife to go to Chat's doorstep. His bike reaches Shad and the military men were about to take him away from here, but Reno explains, "Please wait here for a while, my husband is also coming." Although the army personnel also agreed to his request, Rin did not inform them that his husband had now been surrounded by zombies from all sides. And now those zombies could kill him at any moment. But the danger here was not only the zombies, the building itself was also about to be destroyed. It was about to end, and now the army personnel understood this, so they began to leave with Rin and Bani. They were about to take off from here when suddenly Singh somehow reached Chat. However, he now sees that his wife is leaving from here and could see her husband. He cries and screams, but it was of no use now. Singh realizes, "I was a boxer and I will die while fighting." Suddenly, a whole zombie army arrives behind him and he was dealing with all of them alone. He is fighting everyone, but now time runs out, the entire building begins to collapse and Rin sees her husband die right before her eyes. She watches as he dies. It was quite an emotional moment. Well, what can we do here? Well, a few months pass and now she was with Rin and Bunny. And friends, whatever you were sad about, let me cheer you up because in the movie's post-credits scene, our hero Singh is shown coming. Singh managed to survive by courageously emerging from a heavily armored tank that belonged to Loahi, successfully ending its threat, and now the remaining vicious zombies have appeared. The entire future of the world lies ahead of them. He is the one who will save, which we will see in the next part of this film because for now he will go to his wife, as you all know. Baggy friends, if you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Looking forward to seeing you in the next fantastic video.